Hi, and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
It's the third day of our Easter weekend in Portland. TB and the boys decided to go out deep towards the shelf, and they managed to catch some albacore tuna.
That's right. We actually went 50 kilometers away from Lawrence Rock and started trolling in about 450 meters of water. And this time, actually, we were surprised by some small but beautiful eating albacore. We actually managed quite a few of them. We managed a few tunas as well. Actually, if you remember, Misha last time in the last video lost his tuna, and even it wasn't his fault, but he was devastated. This time, he was over the moon.
Let's watch the next video.
It is 16th of April 2022 and we are in Portland for Easter long weekend. First, a quick look at our rigs, and as you can see, every boat is different. Will has a Stubbycraft 2050 powered by Honda. Bernard has a Bar Crusher 730 and his boat is powered by Suzuki engine. Michael has also a Stubbycraft, the 2100, but his one is powered by Mercury engine. And my Whitley is the only fiberglass boat here and it's powered by Yamaha. It is very early morning and we are getting ready. This time Bernard was going to explore around the Bridgewater. Michael was going to chase some squid and gummies just in the Portland Bay, while Will jumped on my boat along with Jerry and Michelle, and we went 60 kilometers straight out from Lawrence Rock. It is a long trip, but the weather was on our side, so I didn't mind it at all. Everyone was very excited, but Misha was super excited as I promised him that he's going to land his first tuna today. If you remember, in our previous episode we show, just day before this, Misha was on Michael's boat and he lost his tuna at the boat because he had a wrong setup. That wasn't his fault at all, but he was very disappointed. After about an hour and a bit and lots of wildlife, we go to our target area and quickly we set up and start trolling. Not even 5 minutes in and we had a triple hit, but only one hookup. That was a bit strange, but definitely better than nothing. So it was Misha's time to land his first tuna. The water was just exceptional, very calm, swells were under 2 meters and only light wind. A few minutes after, we had our first fish on the boat. It wasn't tuna, it was an albacore, which we also call chicken of the sea. This time Misha was very happy. Even this fish is much smaller than tuna, albacore is definitely one of the best quality eating fish out there. As we dropped the line back in, we trolled for about 50 meters and on again. This time both rods on the left hand side went on.
Stop! Stop! Slow down! One! No, is it lost? No, no! Wait, I'll help you. Jeremy, yeah? I'm coming over. Oh, good fish, dude. That's all right. Just hold it. I'm gonna get tangled.
Both of these fish took the deep divers. They took the Halco Lumo color and the pilchard color. This fish felt definitely bigger than the albacore we just landed. We had to move things out of the way and slowly get organized so we don't end up in the mess. I moved all the other rods out of the way but the shotgun. He was still out. Trying to move everything, film and gaff at the same time sometimes can be a problem. At this stage we knew it's a tuna, so we were cheering for Misho to land his first tuna. This fish took them few times from one side of the boat to another, but Will managed to get his very close to the boat. As I gaffed this fish, it managed to shake the lure off. Well, this one we landed, now it was Misha's turn.
That was a good fight, man.
Not long after, we had this fish right next to the boat and Will managed to land this one with no trouble.
Yeah. Here we go. High five.
Misha's face was just priceless. In this gaffing process, Will managed to drop his cigarette box. We spotted floating on the top of the water, and this was the catch of the day. Will was so happy and he said, "Lucky they float." The only lucky thing here, it was that he didn't drop his phone. Well, that is the story of Misha's first tuna. He was over the moon and his words were, "You need to live to experience this." He's one of the best tilers I know and is a hard-working man. He deserved every moment of this happiness. He was quite a few times out with me and we always got fish, but this time was very special. We set up again, started trolling, and it was about time for me to set up my cameras on my Rayblazer gadgets and film from different angles.
We are going to continue with this adventure, but in the next video you will see how the boys managed to get themselves in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, we've been a little bit stubborn, that will help, but yeah, we didn't take the shotgun out as we only had a small fish, and obviously shotgun's quite heavy lure that actually started to sink The wind was pushing us backwards. Obviously, the line got caught in propeller. So lucky enough, Misho is flexible and he jumped on the back of the engine and he managed to cut it all off. Otherwise, it's not a good feeling, especially if 50 kilometers are offshore and in 1,000 plus meters depth.
You were just lucky there were no great fights around. Let's watch the next video.
Not even 5 minutes in and we are on again. This time was on a purple Zuka feather skirt on an overhead rod. I got that skirt recommended to me by Mick at Hooked on Bite and Tackle in Hoppers Crossing as one of his favorite lures for Albacore.
Oh, go forward. Straight.
Well, first time we were lucky with the shotgun, but this time, disaster.
Nothing's wrong with that shotgun. Oh, it's all tangled. Why is it going down like that? But you're on the motor. Hold it. Alright, that's fine.
The line got collected by the prop and we were in a little bit of trouble. We needed to remove it safely before we go on with our mission. It was quite a bit there, so my and Will's first attempt worked, but it would take too long. Somehow we needed to have both hands engaged to be able to cut and spin the prop at the same time. Well, this time Misha was offering to jump on the motor and he will cut it no problems. After good 30 minutes, that's exactly what happened. Lucky Misha is flexible, other than that we will be there for another 3-4 hours.
Inside, completely inside.
You need 2 hands.
Also, we were lucky that the water was so calm, it would be a nightmare to hold on the way Misha did in a bit of a chop. It took about an hour all up and we were back in business. Good news is that Albis were still around. I decided to downgrade some rods and lures and I put a feather skirt, this time green one, on an I-kilo rod with 30-pound bride. In no time that rod took off and this time Jerry had the chance to fight the fish. It felt much better fighting him on light setup. Then, as we were cleaning up a bit, the purple skirt took off. This time, we gave Misha the overhead reel to gain some experience with that as well. All I can say, he was very happy and that's all it matters. He had one of the best days of his life. In meantime, we had a bit of fun throwing some pilchard out for a bit of burley and that kept the fish around for a while. Then we were on the double. Somehow, Misha's fish managed to drop the lure just at the boat, and I managed to land the one on the green feather. We did not even manage to put all the rods back in. Misha landed another one. This one for the first time on a king brown lure. Today Albacore was not fussy at all. Anything we throw at them, they took it. Then we started cleaning around again. Misha wanted to learn how to clean the fish, and Will was busy bringing another one in. Again, king brown lure.
Yeah, we got fish on. Got fish. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Camera's on. Camera's on.
Then green skirt, followed by Lumo hard body, then purple skirt, and then I dropped the fish.
Are you kidding me?
It's recorded.
I have on the camera.
Well, it was time to pack up and go back, as it was a long way back, nearly an hour and a half to take us to get back to Portland. So we just didn't want to drive in the dark, I suppose.
Luckily, they came back home safe because that day it was really foggy. The fog was super thick. We started getting worried, but once they came back home,
We were happy. We were back to camp. We had some homemade bread by Susie.
and oh my God,
Yeah, and we were singing, mucking around, and getting ready for the very next day.
enjoy the next video.
It was past 4 p.m. and it was time to go back, as it's not that pleasant traveling this distance in the dark.
Yeah, Stevie. We see how long gonna take.
I'm not telling you what to do, but remember those crab pots.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We packed up pretty quick and off we go. We were very lucky that the weather was so good and we could do 50 kilometers per hour. As we passed Lawrence Rock, thick fog all around us. We had to slow down, so we decided to drop the Lumo Halco and see if there is any tuna close by. In no time, we start hooking up barracuda left, right and center. There were millions of them around. Fresh, they make a great bite, and here in Portland, small kuta fillet will get you a nice King George whiting any day. As we got to the ramp, the happy crew was there. At first, they were a little bit worried for us, but they were very happy to see us. We unloaded today's catch, took some photos, and it was time to do some cleaning. As you see, albacore fillet is much lighter in color compared to tuna, and they taste amazing. Back at the camp, everybody was busy preparing for dinner in our 5-star kitchen. Susie and the homemade bread was the main attraction. Everybody got into it like crazy. As our 5-star kitchen didn't have a rolling pin, a bottle of wine did the trick. Then we sat down for a minute, had few laughs and back to work. It was time to vacuum seal the fillets and put them in the fridge so they stay fresh. Another happy adventure time. Before we go, I would like to say a big thank you to all of you that actually bought some of our t-shirts, and yeah, thank you for your support.
And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, ladies, get involved with Women in Recreational Fishing, follow them on Facebook, and start planning your next adventure.
Running sinker rig. So we've got our sinker that slides up and down the line, we've got a swivel, and then we've got our hook here.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish.